Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. I have with me today two special guests, one really special guest. So we've got Gerald from TAROTSTACHE. Hello,
Hello.
Gerald. And we have Hershe, the shadow reader. And it's Hershe's first time on the channel, so welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you decided to accept the challenge.
Absolutely.
So yeah, very very happy that you're here, and just wanted to let the folks that are joining us thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing part of your afternoon with us. And I will just a minute. I'm trying to read the chat and make sure that I highlight the people who would like a reading. Okay.
Absolutely.
Um, while we're chatting initially, the way that the blind spot reading works is you don't get to ask the question because you don't know what's hiding in your blind spot. So you can't ask the question. If you did, it wouldn't be hiding. So just let us know I would like a reading, and then we'll see what kind of what you can't see, what you don't know, what maybe you need to bring to the forefront.
Mhm.
Now, in the meantime, Hershe, tell the folks a little bit about what you do, and you're actually the kind of the originator of the blind spot reading.
Hi, Maria. Thank you for inviting me to your channel. Um, I don't know if I'm the sole creator, but I did bring this with my channel when I started. I've been doing
Yeah,
blind spots since I was a teenager.
super.
I can see what others don't by the
Yeah,
patterns in their subconscious, and I try to help people work through them when they're not aware of them.
Mhm.
excellent.
So that was you started that when you were a teenager, so just about 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, 10, 12.
Knew I liked you. What? Yep. That one. Yeah, we gonna stick with that one. Best part of my day, right there.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good. We all do something a little different, and I think at the same time, though, we everybody I find compliments everybody else, and
Absolutely.
one works off of the other, and as long as we're moving forward, we're making progress.
For sure.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
anytime that there's something that we need to know that we're not aware of, it's helpful. Even when you think it's not, it
Right.
is. It
I
is.
am one of those people. If we spend time lifting each other up, we all win.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And that you're yeah, Gerald, you remind me of way back in the day when I was in sales. And that was one of the things that we used to tell the sales team was, listen, when you go out of your way to make sure that I succeed, you cannot help but succeed as well.
yep,
So yeah,
it's so
that's
true.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
So
true.
before we get into the readings, I do want to say hello to some of the folks that are in here. And if I miss anyone, please let me know, and realize it's never anything personal. I just didn't see it. So um who have we got here? We've got Sherry, Voices from the Swamp. Hello, Sherry.
Hi,
We've
Sherry.
got Book Bewitched. Hello, Book. Lovely to see you here. We've got Joanne Mayhew. There's
Hey,
some heart center tarot woman. Whoever let her in.
ooh,
Jesus
ooh,
Christ. Here we go again.
we need mods.
Yeah, not that one. We've got Hershe, of course. We've got Gerald. Thomas, Tara Your Way is in the audience with us. Jane the Seeker.
Yay!
Um, Lottie B. Who else? Cheryl. Trancing with Spirit. Hello, Sherry. Nice to see you.
Hello,
Cheryl
hello.
again, Debbie Joyce, Mary Hernandez Walker, welcome. JR, Amanda Carroll. Hey, Amanda Carroll. Nancy at Crohn's Intuition. Hello, Nancy.
Let's see.
Debbie Joyce, Patty D, Janet P, Glow. Hello, Glow. Rossi. Hey, Rossi. Thank you for joining us. Jessica Lynn.
It's like
Hello.
I love it because what is happening is all of the best chatters are showing up.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I do this because the best chatters show up. That's what makes it a lot of fun.
Exactly.
I'm just grateful. I'm just
And
grateful.
also-
They could have been anywhere, but they chose
And
to
also,
be.
the best chatters are always liking and subscribing and sharing the video. All of our links are below. So
Yes.
scroll down, click over, show some love. So, all right, I'll stop.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. When you guys like, share, and subscribe, it helps with the algorithm in that it gets our message. Our videos make it to kind of the top of the list or somewhere in the list that is recommended to people.
Yep.
And believe me, there are people out there who are seeking the messages that we are sharing. They just don't know where we are.
Yep.
That's all. So you're helping them find us when you do that.
You got it.
And Sherry Kenna is here. We've got Pegasus.
Love the name.
I hope I didn't miss anyone. There we go. And we've got 9 questions already. So which is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So did I forget anything? Oh, yes. If you go in the description of the video, you're going to have, it's going to show you the link to Hershe's channel. So make sure you go over to her channel and do the like, share, and subscribe. Same thing with Gerald, TAROTSTACHE. Yeah. And if you're interested in booking a personal reading, my email is down in the description as well of the video. So just reach out to me and I'll give you all the details. And it's very, very simple.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Are we ready?
I am.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So we have got Joanne Mayhew, who would like a reading.
All right, Joanne.
Yeah, and also just to let you guys know, I'm on my end, I'm having some issues with the volume. So if I'm coming across as being very low volume, you can please adjust as much as you can on your end. But I tried fixing it, and no, I don't have a 5-year-old child that's handy who knows computers. So
I hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Oh, Carrier Way says something is not clickable.
Maybe the links to the channels are in the description.
Oh, okay. Well, then copy and paste. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Do you want to go first, Gerald?
I would love to go first. Joanne, part of the blind spot is the 4 of Wands. You have a lot of energy that's actually grounded in the right, in the best manner possible. I don't want to say right or wrong. And it feels very good. I think what is important for you is to understand that the work that you have done is actually gotten you to where you are, because there's more things that you can do. I have another Ace of Wands. So this is the time period for you to start leaning into the things that you're interested in and trusting your own abilities. Mm-hmm. Trusting your own abilities, because what's supporting you, Joanne, is the Emperor. The Emperor is supporting you. You have already created a structure. You have something that is working. You need to allow that structure to support you as you do something new. Thing is you got to trust that you can do this, because this is a good year for you. This is a very solid year for you. So don't spend too much time thinking that you can't do something. Just get out there and start doing it, because you'll surprise yourself at how much you can do. So that's what I have for you, Joanne.
Yeah, and the message in my cards is very, very similar to that. I start off with the 10 of Pentacles. This is, you have what you need. You're already in possession of it. So, you don't need to look for something that you already have. So tap into that. Know that is coming to you. I get the World as well, in that you need to move forward and don't doubt yourself. Take the ego out of the way. Tell the ego to take a break. You're going to control this for a little while, and go in the direction that you're being led to go, right? You may not need to answer or to know why. All you need to do is just follow and go. And what you have, what you need, is at your disposal, and great things are coming. You're sharing your knowledge, you're sharing your gifts and whatnot with other people, and not only do you benefit by sharing your experience, but the people around you share benefit by that as well. So this feels really, really positive. Like, don't doubt yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
And how about you, Hershe?
Hi, Joanne. So, first and foremost, as a shadow reader, I don't always have control over what comes through. So, the very first thing that they want me to address, there's two very specific things that need to be addressed. And the very first thing that needs to be addressed is that, honey, you are an Empress and you are also a Sun. So your crown is set to Empress and your roots are set in the Sun. You absolutely have principles that have principles that have principles. Do you see what I'm saying with this? I hope you understand. But your crown is set in Empress position. You don't have to adjust it. It doesn't tilt. It doesn't slide. It doesn't fall. It is connected to something beyond other people's comprehension and understanding, okay? Whether that is about yourself, your family, your friends, your circle, or however you cautiously present yourself, honey, shine that crown up. That crown you're wearing up there, you earned that. You earned that. But there is something in your subconscious that is about to like boil over. So they want me to focus on something like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a triangulation. They want you to understand that there's some manipulation going on with a female and another female. Now, if they're manipulating you, or you and one of the female are manipulating another person, don't know. I'm not in the trio, but there is a trio of triangulation going on, and it needs to be addressed. There is a tiny window of opportunity that is coming your direction. I would say it's very valuable, and I would say that you need to harvest it, because you got Moon Maiden and Harvest, which is number 41 and 42. So because they come in numerological order, I'm going to tell you this is a direct message that you need to handle this situation probably before the next full moon, so that you can let the trash take the trash out itself, sweetheart. And that's the blind spot that I've got for you.
Wow.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah. And she said, yeah, it's something with her sisters.
Oh,
okay.
Family makes it hurt a little harder, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it.
It always is. Okay. Cheryl would like a blind spot reading.
Okay.
Oh, she says, yeah, my sisters have always manipulated me because of my disabilities. Yeah.
Well, that would make sense then. Mm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Okay, so we're doing Cheryl, correct?
Yes. Oh, did I not put that up there? No, I did not. Or
Just
maybe
kidding.
I did and then I took it down. Okay, Cheryl.
Cheryl, it's important for you to be paying attention to your dreams. You are being taught in your dreams, you're being taught things to help you understand your divine power. It's also suggesting, also, I'm wondering if it's important for you to mix things up a little bit. Move. I got the Chariot, Cheryl, and it feels like you getting out and moving or rearranging some stuff in your house can shift the energy quite nicely. Because I also have, you are a person who you're a high priestess. You have this innate understanding of how things work. Part of it is you needing to allow that to happen and to get your downloads through your sleep. Also, you're the Queen of Cups, so it's time for you to really feel the depth of what you're feeling, because it feels like you may be missing an opportunity to understand at a deep level what you're experiencing, what's going on. So, and part of that may be you're an empath, and be aware of what's yours and be aware of what is someone else's. So, and dreams are really important. Dreams can help you with that. So that's what I have for Cheryl.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Absolutely. I start off with two aces. I have the Ace of Wands, and I have the Ace of Pentacles. This is ideas, communication, the financial health are very, very positive. You just have to be careful that you don't get complacent about doing things that, as much as things are going well, you don't want to give in to that. Oh, well, I don't have to pay attention, right? You always have to pay attention. I get the Four of Swords in that you might need to sit back and just decide where it is that you want to put your focus, because you're coming across to me as very high energy. Like, you want something done, boom, yeah, you're there doing it. You're creative in terms of coming up with ideas on how to solve problems, looking at it from a different direction, and so on. So be careful where you put your focus, and make sure that you're not kind of being taken down the rabbit hole. I also get the Hangman, which is be willing to look at things from a different perspective. Be willing to take note if someone is sharing information with you and they're telling you something that maybe you're not exactly comfortable with. Just let it percolate for a minute. You might find meaning in there. But I'm also getting, go outside. Okay, go outside. Make sure that you spend time outside, that you're connected to earth. And yeah, okay, that's what I'm getting. All right.
Mm. Hi, Cheryl.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to focus on one, but apparently my team says nope, nope. There is two again. So I'm taking that this one is sitting on the left back burner, and it's been there maybe approximately 15 to 25 months or longer. Okay. And it has something to do with coping. I'm going to say some words to you, and I want you to absolutely jump, hop, or skip on the ones that resonate. Don't walk to them, because those are the ones that are simmering in that pot. So some of the words are cutting, binge eating, smoking, gambling, denial, humor, attacking, regressing, overcompensation, humility, self-blaming, avoidance, disassociation, positive focus, escaping into movies, books or imagination overload, projecting, regression, substitutions. The list goes on and on and on and on, but the word coping is only one. There's so many emotional ties that go with just that one little teeny tiny word. That one word has more power in people's subconscious than they ever give it credit for because they give it another name. It's like anger. Boy, everything gets blamed for anger. Everything, no matter what it is. When it comes to coping, it's literally just the same. That one word has so many veins that you don't know which vein is going. But, honey, all of them are going when it comes to coping because it's stressful. So, really focus on coping so that you can bring that stress down. And any of those ways that are just screaming at you, if you ever need, reach out. I am always available. And look, it's my calling. So absolutely, you can't bring me anything dark that I have not already walked through. So I'm telling you, find somebody, even if it's not me, find somebody to work with coping. They also want me to address something because they threw it out in the form of a queen of swords and then a knight of swords. So even though it is backwards, it is again in numerological order, or however the word goes, because apparently I've lost it. It goes in order. So what I want you to understand is, again, this is a direct message, and this is about learning to crawl inside them dark caves that are very uncomfortable and allow your light to awaken the critters inside the cave. Because believe it or not, them critters are going to run people off that aren't meant to go in that cave with you because they're going to be scared of them critters.
Like that.
That is your call. Crawl in when you know you're like, I need to go on a hike. I need to go explore. Take a compass with you. Break it halfway through your walk so that you can intentionally get lost and enjoy yourself and allow nature and the critters and the animals and everything that you attract, the manifestation of good things, lead you back to the correct place that you need to be. Even though you will end up right back where you started from, your mind frame will not be the same. So work on them coping mechanisms, and then I need you to go outside and just get lost for a little while. Decompress, desensitize, and absolutely unplug. Unless it's music or something, you can't ever go wrong with music or podcast or whatever. But just get lost in yourself so that you can find you and absolutely work on some of that coping. And that's what I got for you, sweetie.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I hope that resonates with you, Cheryl.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
Patty D would like a reading. And give me a second, you guys. I'm just going to.
All right, Patty D. Let's see what we got. Patty D. What I have for you is I have the things that you are remembering, the recall from your past. I don't know if you've recently been talking with somebody from talking about old times. Be careful with that. Enjoy that, but do not allow it to keep you in the past, because you have a lot of things that you need right now to be creating. So if you may be spending too much time remembering how things were, or saying things like, I remember back when I was a kid, which always freaks me out when I say that. But you are the magician. You are able to create what it is that you want around you. And part of what you want around you is going to take longer than what you expect, Patty B. or Patty D, because I have the Knight of Pentacles. Be willing to allow something to take its time in arriving, because it's totally going to be worth the wait. So be careful, because this is you going to something in the future. So Patty, I would be very careful about spending too much time thinking about how things were instead of working toward what you want to have happen. So Patty, thanks for letting me read for you.
Yeah, Patty, I kind of get the same thing. I start off again with the this is the Ace of Swords. This is kind of going at something full tilt, like, you know, just really throwing yourself into it. I also get the Seven of Cups, which tells me don't let yourself fall into that illusion delusion, right? It's okay to go back and to remember things the way that you think that you remember them. But if you're talking to other people, get their perspective on how things were, because it's possible that maybe you are misremembering something. And that needs to, in order for you to go forward, that needs to shift. It is something very emotional. I suspect this is something that is from your, it feels like something from your childhood, something that someone said to you that you took very much to heart, and you didn't realize that you kind of you took it in, and you've been reevaluating yourself at every opportunity against what someone told you you were, not what you really are. So this is the Two of Wands. This is the, you know, going forward. Go in with anticipation that things are going to work out better. And when you have those memories that you're starting to realize are not exactly 100% true, stop yourself and say, that was then, this is now. Whatever the message was back then, I can change that. I don't have to accept it. I don't have to make it part of my life. I can choose to let it go. When you do that, I get the King of Cups. That's when things really kind of cement for you, and you know, you'll find a lot of compassion and a lot of happiness and emotion in your life. It's unfortunate that you have to go through the muck to get there, but yeah, it's something that someone said to you when you were younger, and it didn't mean anything then, and it shouldn't mean anything now. That's what I got.
Hi,
And
Patty.
Hershe?
So I'm just rocking with it. Since it's two, it's two. So I've got two for you too, sweetheart. So one isn't so much a blind spot. As much as I was really, 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 really looking for it, there's only one that is literally, it's already boiled over. Like the pot is burnt. The bottom is just burnt. So what it is, it's about separation, right? There's two ways to really see separation, right? We withdraw from people, but this isn't that one. This is the one where you withdraw from yourself, right? This is the one where you know there's something that is just a yearning, a burning desire, right? And instead of running to it, you've decided to turn away from it. And because of that, you let the pot not just boil over, but literally burn up. So here, this is an opportunity. This blind spot, the universe guarantees you with this chance is a guaranteed promise. How do I know it's a guaranteed promise? Because, and you got to hear me all the way out, okay? I'm a shadow reader, so I don't see tarot the same way everybody else does. So what I want you to understand is this is a promise. This Ace of Wands, all aces for me mean promise from above, the universe, right? God, Buddha, whoever, however you see it. So This promise was paired with a reverse page of swords. Why is it reversed? There is a key word that I want you to pay attention to. Pages, they're very youthful, they're very energetic, but sometimes they're just a little too talkative, and they can literally talk themselves into or talk themselves out of. And that's why they paired this promise with this ace, because it's the word talkative. And something in your talkative to your subconscious, whether you're doing it knowing or unknowing, you have talked yourself out of something that is absolutely meant for you, and they're going to bring it back for you because they have paired it with introspection and the mirror. They want you to stand in front of that mirror with your transparency and your vulnerability and your nakedness with yourself and your honesty. Don't have to make sense to nobody but you, sweetheart. So you get back in front of that mirror. You go, well, first, before you get in the mirror, go and turn the eye off in the back of your head and stop burning that pot up, because you know what it is. You just got to reach down in there and you've got to turn the fire off. You got to put the fire out. And in order to deal with fire, you got to bring in water. So I need you to cry or whatever it is to get that primal release in you going, get it stirred up, and then allow it to become a volcano. That primal release is needed for this, okay? But I guarantee you, if you do it, this promise will not go unfulfilled, because they paired it with a family card. Anytime they pair an ace, a promise, with a family card, right, wrong, or indifferent, however it falls, it's a guarantee. If you put in the work, they will fulfill their words. And that's the message that I've got for you.
Excellent. Thank you, Hershe. Patty, I hope that resonated with you.
Me too, me too, me too.
Yes, me three.
Okay. And we have got Mary Hernandez, who would like a reading.
Mary Hernandez Walker.
Yes, Patty D, time to move forward. Yeah. Mary Hernandez. Oh. Okay.
Mary, what I have for you is I have the Eight of Swords. This is a card about letting something go. You have it too? Okay. So it's time for you to really honestly and genuinely walk away from the way you're thinking about something, the way you talk about yourself. It's time to walk away from that. The key thing is what's happening is there's actually two things. I have the Two of Swords. There's two things that you're trying to let go of. And that can be very challenging. Which one do you do first? Pick one. It doesn't matter which one. The key thing is for you, Mary, is this. I have the star. Every time I see the star, it is the universe wants you to be successful. They're going to give you opportunities to get what it is that you want. So it can be very overwhelming to try to let all this stuff go. Pick one. Actually, don't even pick one. Just release your hand, let it fall to the ground, and then move on. Because this card also says to me, there's a great deal of things that you could go to. You can walk toward something instead of away from something. So pay attention to that, Mary, and that's what I have for you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, with the Eight of Swords, yeah, this is it's kind of a situation almost of your own creation. That, you know, if you look at the image on there, there is nothing in front of her. She's not actually being, you know, held in place. All she has to do is take off that blindfold, right, and walk ahead. Or she has to walk ahead in faith. She has to believe that she can go forward and that there is nothing in her path. And that's kind of where you need to take that step. I also get the Queen of Swords, and that is look at things honestly. Don't sugarcoat things. Don't don't try to talk yourself into seeing something as being, totally positive or totally negative. Look at it honestly, because when you're able to be honest with yourself, then you know what you need to do next, right? You can lie to everybody else, but don't ever lie to yourself, right? Because it's not going to work. I get the Seven of Pentacles. You're kind of looking back and seeing what you've accomplished, what you've done, how far you've come. It's all right to take stock. It's also really necessary, to make a decision. I get the Two of Pentacles. Time to get off the fence and either go one way or the other, because if you don't, the Ten of Swords, this is just it's just going to it's going to knock you to your knees. And it's not something that anyone is doing to you. It's something that you're kind of taking on yourself. So if you can take it on, you can get rid of it. So make a conscious decision that you're going to go forward in truth and honesty and belief, that you deserve to have what it is that you have. Because all of a sudden I'm getting the message that, you kind of see yourself as a fraud, like that you shouldn't have what it is that you have. And that's not true. That's not true. You absolutely deserve that. So own that and know that you can fix it. Okay, that's what I got.
Hi, Mary. Okay, so the first thing that they really brought to my attention was something about a waiver, right? Like not the necessary kind that excuses you. This is the wavering that you're doing to yourself, right? You're staying in a, as they're saying, a reverse temperance position. You're staying in a neutral position. And honey, you can't stay in a neutral position. If you stay there too long, you'll fall for anything. You have to stand for something, no matter what it is. You cannot keep wavering about something. You can't be Switzerland. I'm sorry, that position is filled by the actual country. You have to stand for something. And I'm saying that as a joke, and I hope you're laughing with me. But I truly need you to understand that if you stay neutral, you will continue to get walked all over with your own feelings. And that's not fair, right? You deserve to be validated. You deserve to be heard, appreciated, understood, not undervalued, right? And if you're staying neutral, then they're looking at her like, she's just going to go with the flow anyway, right? And she'll do whatever we decide. Breaks, flag on play, however you want to call it. I need you to stop doing that, because they paired the sigil with the Five of Swords, honey. I need you to understand that this is a crime against yourself. Okay? You're allowing it to happen to yourself. So what I need you to do is I need you to rein in every bit of your power and literally let the trash carry itself out. Those that can't come to your vibration level, don't worry about it. Stop bringing yourself down to theirs, because you are defeating your own purpose, okay? I also need you to understand that there is some rebirth going on in your life. You got the Death card, and they paired it with Banha and blessings. So what I need you to understand is this goddess doesn't show up for just everybody, okay? She only shows up for the deserving. Her blessings are beyond belief. This woman is grounded. She is paired to the actual green man and green woman herself. She works directly with them. She follows a rhythm most of us can't even begin to understand, right? So with her bringing this to my attention about you, that means she works with you. You might not even know it. That's what I'm saying. Because you're not standing up and standing into your full power and in your glory. If people don't agree with you, they ain't got to. They don't have to. That's the best part of people accepting people for who they are, is I don't have to waver. I don't have to bend. We're not going to break each other. We're going to lift each other. So allow yourself to be lifted by others. Stand for something, right, wrong, or indifferent, and enjoy what's coming ahead, because the goddess that's coming, she is coming with all blessings, and she wants you to understand that when she comes into your life, she is going to make room for you to be rich at heart. And that's the materialistic things that other people can't take from you. When you're rich at heart, you're a billionaire, trillionaire, you're wherever you're at in your zeros in your heart. And that can't be taken from you. So make sure that you get rid of all of the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and that stinking thinking. Find your boundaries, place them walls up with strong brick walls so that people understand they can't get over them anymore. And that's the message I got for you, because when she comes, she's coming with all kinds of blessings for you. And that's what I got.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Powerful readings going on. This is great.
Yes, absolutely. This, yeah, lovely. Okay. Rose Blue. She says that I think it's really time for blind spot reading. Okay, then. Yeah. Past family thing came up today. I saw my piece on it, but it was a fact from.
I said my piece on it, but it
Oh, I
was
said my piece on it. Okay.
from a protected other stance. Okay.
All right, Sherry, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being with us. Appreciate knowing that you're here. I hope you're enjoying time with your daughter. I'm sure that you are. Yeah, her daughter just came in from Dubai.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, beautiful.
Rose blue.
Okie dokie. Rose blue. Rose blue.
Rose
If
blue.
you've got something, Gerald, go ahead.
Yeah, what I have for you is I have the Ace of Cups, which you're having all sorts of feelings these days, and all of these feelings are fine. You need to be having these feelings because for a long time you have not been allowing your feelings to come to the surface. So this is the card about having some feelings and expressing them. Things are going to constantly change because that's part of what life is. One thing that's important for you is the blind spot may be. I have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is the card of you may be carrying too much of what is not yours to carry. So you're almost done with the stuff that you need to do. So pause for a minute, look at all of the responsibilities that you have, and are you the only one who can do this? And is it time to pass it on to someone? Because you're carrying so much, all of these feelings that you have are not able to sort themselves out. Feelings are fine. It's what we do with them that's really important. So I would say pay attention to what you're being asked to continue to do and make sure that you really do need to continue to do it. So that's what I have for you, Rose Blue.
Yep. Okay. So what I'm getting is you're kind of seeing you're getting back the fruits of your labor. The things that you have put out there into the universe are coming back to you, and they are reminding you of kind of happier times, happier days when there wasn't quite so much worry and whatnot. But they're showing you the lighter side of things rather than kind of some of the responsibilities that you took on that really you didn't need to. You just felt like you needed to. I get the King of Pentacles. So these are, having to do with not only financially taking responsibility, but also taking responsibility for not only your health, but someone else's health. There's only so much that you can do unless you're a doctor and you have training and your hands are blessed by God, and whatever you touch is always going to turn out positive. Things happen, right? What I'm getting is kind of move forward in temperance, like move forward in the knowledge and expectation that you want things to work out as best as they possibly can. You're also aware that things may not go the way that you perceive them they're going to go. So if there is any kind of anxiety or heartache or something that comes in, it's not forever, and it's there for your own good. Sometimes it's hard for us to see when bad things happen. It's hard for us to go, oh yeah, okay, no, this is all for my own good. It's like that noise, right? But going forward, make sure that what you're doing is resonating with what you really, really want, and give it your best. Anticipate the best and prepare for the maybe not so good. But it's don't. I agree with Gerald. Don't. This is shared responsibility. Like, there's more than one person here, right? That's kind of part of the past. So share that burden with the people who are and were part of your past.
Yep.
They have a duty as well.
Yep.
I hope that makes sense. I think I was all over the place, but I know what I was trying to say.
Yeah. It's a tough reading. Yeah. Lots of going on.
Yeah.
It's at this moment that I realize that I love what I do, because no matter how ugly a mess can get, I can always find the way to clean it up, right? It's not ever going to be easy. It's not meant to be. But what I really, really, really need you to understand is you have got a severe blind spot. And it is so severe, it has your super ego blinding your ego. Say that's not possible, right? Wrong answer. Super ego is blinding your blind spot from your conscious. Your conscious can't even feel that the blind spot is there because the super ego has got such a tight, firm grip. It's not going to let go. This is a cruel punishment that we do to ourselves. Your blind spot is self-concept. You don't see yourself in yourself. You see yourself when you're giving because you hear it. You see yourself during loved ones' interactions, celebrations, and all of that. But when you're alone, when you're spending time with yourself, you find that it's quite uncomfortable. You can't maybe make your brain be still. I should do this. I should do that. Maybe I shouldn't do that. How do I look? Can you just sit it in the couch, on your couch, naked, stripped down, butt booty naked? Can you? Can you be that raw with yourself? Because that's what the superego is. The superego says, absolutely not. I'm not going to sit around. I'm going to put on a robe, or I'm going to put on a towel or a wrap or something, right? Why? Why would you need to do that? Why would you be that uncomfortable with being comfortable, right? There's nothing wrong with a birthday suit. It's how we came into this world, right? It's the best one we got. You can go get any birthday suit you want. but you can't never buy the one you were bought with, that you were born with, right? So what I want you to understand is there is some judgment and justice coming to your subconscious. And if you start right now, if you get that handy dandy notebook out and you just really dive in, this literally judgment and justice for yourself will kick in by the fifth or sixth paragraph in your journaling. I know that sounds like a lot, but I promise you, if you start writing, you're not going to be able to stop, because you're literally going to find the concept of the self concept. The self concept is the superego, right? The blind spot is the ego. So, what I need you to understand is that you have a crone working with you all the time. This crone has lived many lives before. This isn't her first life. This isn't her 10th life. Hell, it's probably not her 100th life. This crone that works with you has had more lives than any of us can shake a stick at. And we can shake a stick at a lot of stuff, right? So what I need you to understand is when she's coming, she ain't coming to play with you. She's not coming to sugarcoat nothing. And she's absolutely not going to put Band-Aids on your boo-boos. She's going to say, nope. Get on up. Get on up. The day ain't done. This isn't over with. And she's also going to help you through the tower moment that you have coming. You have a tower moment coming, sweetheart, but it is a self-inflicted tower moment. You must create this moment for yourself, because if you do not, it is not going to be an endless cycle. You are going to be repeating the cycle. You are going to be stuck in this version of insanity that you have allowed to become the center of your world, and you don't see it anymore. There is something guarded about it for you, and I feel like maybe it has to do with some kind of childhood traumatic event that happened directly to you. I've been through a lot of them traumatic events in my own life. So I can tell you that those are the ones that we don't ever want to rip back open. We don't want that wound festering ever again. But that is where you got the guarded brick wall up that you never even knew you put up, because you did it subconsciously. And you've done it so much, you think you're living, but you're really not living, because you're stuck inside them walls. So I really, really hope that you just really dive into yourself and you find a reason to want to come out, because there is justice on the other side, but you have to love the bad parts about you too, because without them, you would not be who you are. You are not the sum of what happened. You are not the sum of the situation. You're absolutely everything that's left over, and that is what's molding you, and that is what you should hold on to, not what happened. You have to let that part go. And in order for you to let that go, you have to let everybody else go that is expecting you to carry their weight. And that's the message I got for you, sweetheart.
Absolutely.
That's hard, Rose.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
I know. I'm so sorry. It's never, like I said, this is not easy for me. So I hope that helps you, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you need help along the way, you know we're all here.
Mhm.
So, reach out.
Absolutely.
Just reach out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We can certainly help you with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And Debbie Joyce would like a blind spot reading. And I just quickly want to say hello to David, Tarot by the Bay, who stopped in for a minute. It's nice to see you. We've got
Hello.
Michelle, Astrological Tarot is here. Scorpio Mama. Thank you. Oh, Cat Mama do drop in. Hey, Claudia. Nice to see you. Yeah, meow, meow. Okay. Okay, so Debbie Joyce would like a reading. Okay.
All right. Debbie, you have been doing really, really good work. the stuff that you've been working on, the things that are challenging for you. This is the Page of Wands. Debbie, you're actually stepping up to the plate. You're doing something with it. And because I have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles, I love how Hershe, I'm going to always use it now, Hershe, that an ace is a promise that is always going to be fulfilled. What you are, you know, what you've put out there is actually going to come to fruition. And what's also great, Debbie, I feel like I'm shouting, Debbie, Debbie. Now I'm going to have to take a sip. Sorry. Debbie, this is part of the experience that you need. You're moving from one way of thinking to getting to the other side. And this is really powerful. This has been hard work that you've been doing. So show up, understand that you are, some of the rocky stuff can be, it's rocky. You're getting to the next phase. And that's a great process. So, and part of that is because you've been doing the work, Debbie. If you're still here, let us know if that makes any sense. But I mean, I love this Ace of Pentacles in the middle of it. So there you go.
Yeah, I start off with the Seven of Wands, and then I go to the Two of Wands, and I'll explain why I'm showing you the cards first. Then I go to the Three of Swords, the Three of Cups, and I end with the Ace of Wands. Okay, what this tells me is you've been kind of looking at your internal struggles and the messaging that is inside your head, and you have said, oh, hell to the no. I'm not doing that anymore. I've had enough. I'm making changes. I am not going to allow that to have any impact on my life anymore. I can choose a different ending to the story that I have been telling myself. So that internal struggle has, it wasn't easy, but you did it. You've come out the other side, and you are able to go back now and kind of revise some of the things and beliefs that you've had in the past that no longer serve you. You've been able to let those go. They can fall by the wayside. You have chosen to have a different ending to your story. This is, it has allowed you to be more creative, you're able to communicate your needs on a level that you couldn't before, where you were getting caught up in things that didn't really, didn't serve you well. You can see what that is. You're out of that. So yeah, I agree with Gerald. Well done. You've done the work. Time to celebrate.
And we both got aces.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I just can't believe it.
Hershe, are you okay?
Oh boy. Wow. Hi, Debbie. Wow. I hear that's not a good word to hear from us as readers, but I don't know what else to say in this concept. I asked for your blind spots, and they threw some humdingers my way. Okay. So there is and I'm not going to read all of them, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blind spots that they are like burning desires, right? That my little team is like, let's do this. And I said, nope, stop. I want the one that applies the most right now. What does she need to hear? And they said, well, that would be number 73. Now, I'm going to quickly read the numbers off, or I'm sorry, the names, But I want you to understand they only really want me to focus on these two, but they want me to let you know that you absolutely feel free to reach out as we've been saying, reach out at any point in time. So the one that they wanted me at first to address was number 11. Number 11 is all about free will, right? And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And the next one that you got was number 6. And number 6 is about trauma, childhood trauma, traumatic events that force, stimulate, and mold our current, present, and sometimes our future, right? The next one was 15. What you want and what you need, right? And I was like, okay, I see where you're going with this. And then they gave me number 20. What you think you know, but don't actually know. That ties back to the trauma one, right? If you were a child when that happened, there's no way you could understand it correctly through a child mentality that you were at whatever age it happened versus whatever age you are now, right? You're not in that same energy. You're not in that same space. You're not in that same vulnerability, and you're not in the concept of losing your innocence. I feel that would be an appropriate word. So then I said, but what is this odd one here that fell out? The only one that was upside down. That was number 73. Number 73, shape shifting. What did they pair it with? Shape shifting. You are a genuine, authentic chameleon because of childhood experiences. When you have to be that childhood chameleon and you have to be seen and not heard, you have to be available but not available. You don't speak unless you're spoken to. These are just a few words that they're throwing at me, but I also feel like if you grew up in the system, I grew up in the system. I grew up in the foster care system. I grew up in the Department of Justice system because of the foster system and DYS and juvenile and being a bad teenager and rebellion. And, I didn't always have the concept of do right and right will be done unto you, right? I didn't grow up with that concept. Right wasn't done to me as a child, so therefore I didn't grow up knowing how to make the right moves, right? But you were forced to become this shapeshifter, and what I need you to understand is you're not meant to be a shapeshifter. How do I know that? I can't make this shit up, guys. Page of Swords fell out. Knight of Swords fell out. Queen of Swords fell out. Ace of Wands. And I shuffled, y'all. I guarantee I shuffled. 2 of Wands fell out. 2 of Pentacles falls out. Hangman falls out. You have got to change immediately. You have got to stop. Anytime you feel that pattern creeping in, because if your traumas are anything like my traumas, you felt that trauma creeping in 2 weeks ago last Tuesday and you didn't address it. Because I know, I felt it. Not personally yours, but I felt mine creeping in on Wednesday morning right around coffee. And I was like, I'll get it on the next cup. That cup didn't ever come because I didn't ever address it. And what happened? Come next Monday, hey, you forgot I was coming. I told you I was coming. I didn't address it. So when that damn nostalgia kicked in and the waterworks kicked in, I didn't have no choice but to accept it, deal with it. And when I was done, I had to journal. I had to do a primal release. I had to send it back to sender. I had to write him a letter. Of course, I tore it up afterwards. I didn't mail it to them, but I wasn't never writing it to them to begin with. I was writing it to the shapeshifter me that I got rid of years ago. Here you go. Hey, you forgot something. I found it, though. Sending it to you with love. That's what I need you to understand, that you are so much more than what happened to you. And I can tell you that there is nothing better than throwing your own trash away so that can't nobody throw it up in your face. What they gonna do with it? Laugh at you because you accepted it? Laugh at you because you walked away from the spilt milk instead of trying to clean it up and put it back in the jug again? Nope, not doing it. They don't have to understand, sweetheart. But I know that there's something inside of you that is screaming to get out. And I really need you to get it out, because the impaled person inside of you desperately is ready. They are primally ready to be released. So absolutely jump into it, Cunning, because they paired it with Chariot. As soon as you get your head and your heart in the same spot, you are going to move beyond the sound barrier. Do you understand? You're going to be setting off sonic booms everywhere, because you're going to be moving so fast to catch up with the future you that's already there in the healed position. The current you just hasn't caught up yet, but you're on your way. And that's the message I got for you, sweetheart.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, Debbie.
Yeah. Okay. We are at 1 hour and 5 minutes. We still have 7 questions. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them, but we can definitely do a couple more. Are we okay for time, guys?
I am, yes.
I am, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll do a couple more, and we'll. Yeah.
Yep. I'm free till tonight when I go live again.
Oh, hey. Perfect. All righty. So Linda Bishop says, "Hi, lovely friends. I would like a blind spot reading, please. Things are tense here. Texas landlord's wife. Oh. Well.
I just got a stabbing pit in my stomach. I just got stabbed in my stomach or something.
Oh, no.
Somebody take that energy back. I don't want it.
So, Linda, part of the blind spot is this is the Knight of Wands. You've been wanting to break out into, it's like you've been wanting to break out into song in the middle of the street for no apparent reason. You are very, very inspired, and what's happening is very much this is temperance, where you're trying to make these things that don't normally work together. And part of it is you I feel like you've been trying too hard for too long without any breaks. So, Linda, part of what you need to do is you need to this is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords tells me you need to give your brain an opportunity to think about something else for a while, because that way, if you're overthinking something, do a crossword puzzle, do a Sudoku, something else, because your brain needs to switch gears. You can't do that. So right now you're too caught up. You're in the eye of the storm. Sit down, take a breath, take a breather, and do something else with the energy, because right now it's too close to you. And stepping aside, calming down, getting around different energy would be very helpful. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but I hope. But this is the card of a big thing is stop thinking about it. And I know it's easy to say, oh, don't think about that anymore. Instead, think about something else for a little bit, because then you'll be able to figure out some different things. So that's what I have for you, Linda.
Yeah. I start with the Queen of Pentacles. This is you kind of being, you're kind of paying a little more attention to your health than maybe is necessary. It feels like you're waiting for the tower moment, like you've convinced yourself that physically something is going to happen to you, and you're just waiting, right? Every little ache and pain, it's like, oh, I wonder if it's this, I wonder if it's that. So I think that's what I'm picking up, and maybe it goes along with what Gerald was saying about concentrating on things. When that happens, just step back as much as you can, step back and say, you know what? Sometimes, sometimes a pain in the leg is just a pain in the leg. It's not anything else. Okay. When you're able to do that, to kind of stop living in anticipation of that tower moment, you get the Six of Wands. You're going to get the ability to be able to see that you have more control over things that you're doing and that you're wanting in your life. You're not going to be left out in the cold, right? You're going to be taken care of. Everything is fine. Don't let that, skies falling kind of be your default setting where you go to, because everything works out really well. Ace of Cups. Here you go. There's your promise of emotional strength. Promise that you are going to be able to to get through this. Just don't fall in the rabbit hole. Just if you have a headache, it's not brain cancer, it's just a headache. So yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Hi, Linda. So I got one major blind spot for you, and then I got a challenge. Okay. So the first thing I want to address is the blind spot, obviously, right? Because that's why you came today. And you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. So what I want you to understand is your blind spot is about negative reinforced patterns. These are when you don't get seen or you don't get heard, you tend to lash out sometimes in negative patterns until you get your way. You're doing what you want in a negative way to get what you want instead of doing what you want positively and waiting for the reward or the blessing, right? There's also something else that goes along with that, and it's doing things for recognition, right? Sometimes when we start doing that because we like the attention that we get, we carry it on and we blow it up, and we see that what's that statement? Sometimes even negative publicity is publicity. In this fact, you need to understand that that's a conception that your mind can't achieve because you're not meant for that negative mind frame, right? And it's why it's not sticking. It's why you got to put so much effort into being Humpty Dumpty and still falling off the wall every time, right? What you need to understand is that Humpty Dumpty falls off the wall because of fate, but it's because of who he is that all the people put him back together again, right? They go around and they find all of his pieces and they make sure that every single part of him is put back together the way he sees himself, not the way he needs to be seen or felt, the way he sees himself. And that's the best part about breaking patterns, is we get to rip ourselves all the way apart privately and sew ourselves back together with every good intention and every knot and every bit that we sew all these places back together and we heal these scars. We get to be seen the way we want to be seen. We don't have to put on no show for people to see us because they already know we're coming, right? So with that being said, there's two ways that I can challenge you, and it's up to you to accept which way you want to challenge yourself and which one feels natural. But the first way that you can challenge yourself is asking yourself, ask you, do I really want to do this? You need to take them 10 seconds to understand that you need a longer period of time. Not take 10 seconds just to make somebody wait for an answer. You take them 10 seconds and then it's still not an answer. I think I need more time. I'll let you know. Walk away from the situation. Absolutely, emphatically let them know I'll think about it. But I can't give you a definite answer right now because I'm not falling back into old patterns. I'm breaking that. Or challenge 2 would literally be rebirth. And they paired it with star. So you can literally throw yourself into a tower moment or let life, the best teacher of all, do it for you. Or as I'm hearing, and I've heard this before for someone else, if you don't test yourself, the universe will. So understand that this hope card, this, as you call star, I call hope, it is not a disease. It is not a bad thing. If anybody tells you that hope is a disease or it is a dry, empty well, that is some negativity and a pattern that you maybe once was comfortable in. But you need to get absolutely real uncomfortable with that. And you need to understand that sometimes when we don't have anything, we always have hope, because sometimes that's all some of us have to get through. So when you're doing your reflection, you're either going to do it as a challenge to yourself to see yourself and ask yourself for 10 seconds, every single decision, no matter what the decision is, or you just literally throw yourself into a tower moment so that you can put yourself back together again, because your interception with yourself literally is literally a perfect reflection of how you want others to see you. And that's the message I got for you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Excellent. All righty. Well, we are at 1 hour and 16 minutes. And I think I can see my animals are stirring a little bit. And the dog is looking at me like, do I have to let you know I need to go outside?
Yep.
Like, are we going to have this conversation now? So, so I'm sorry if we didn't get to your particular reading. We'll do this again. Absolutely, we'll do this again.
Yay.
And just watch for the announcements on the community page and all that good stuff. So yeah, and I want to thank all of you that have been here, that have spent your afternoon with us, that are, you've had some readings and whatnot. I hope you found them beneficial. And Hershe, it was a pleasure to have you on here. I hope that you will come back again.
Anytime.
Definitely would love to have you back again. And Gerald, of course,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. You're like the neighbor next door, that I can look out the window and say, coffee, and boom. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'll bring you some coffee.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
I'm also the psychic next door that's knocking on your door and go, I know you're going to need sugar tomorrow. Here it is.
Exactly. Yeah. So thank you again to all of you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you go over to Hershe's channel. Give her the thumbs up. Gerald's channel as well. And I will see you later at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time with Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. So make sure you join us for that. Hershe is going to be on live tonight. And Gerald, I'm sure you're going to be doing something tonight.
I am with Michelle Marie. We are doing readings, astrological tarot, and so I'll be posting stuff on the community tab. So
perfect. All righty. Well, y'all take care. Love to all, and we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.